Hello everyone, welcome to a new YouTube video, a new episode on the podcast. Whatever you are listening, thank you for being here. I was feeling very called to record a video today because I think this is a sign. What are those things that makes you feel so excited, that gives you life, that makes you feel so enthusiastic, and you're not doing because of external reasons? What are those things? What are those things that you love to experiment, that your own existence, that your own being, your own creative source loves to experiment through you, and you might don't do it because of external reasons, because your mind gives excuses why you can't do it, or why it's not worth it. Why? Let's flip those questions into why not? Why not? Why not can I be doing that? Why not can't I create that? Why not can't I be this version of myself? Why not? Why not? Because the mind will always throw at you these arguments, like these excuses for either you to do it or for you to not do it. Like, it's up to you. Like, the mind can literally conceive and convey these arguments, these excuses for both sides. So the mind is not the truth. It cannot be the truth. The truth is that you feel excited about doing that. The truth is that you feel excited being that version of you. The truth is that you know that sparks you up, that you know that is your truth. And when we are in that state, we are becoming so rooted in our own worth as well, because we feel worthy of experimenting, of living what brings the most exciting to us, right? And I had to do this to myself and in my life, where I really had to decide and had to realize and to remember who I was, and to remember that I am worthy of living what I desire. I am worthy of experimenting what I want to experiment. I am worthy of creating what I want to create. I am worthy of being that version that literally already exists. So this is the biggest thing that I teach. Like, for me, something that I teach so often, because we just need to remember ourselves of these natural things, because they are what the universe is. That you're not trying to get anything. You're not trying to be a version of you. You decide that you are the version of you. You're not trying to get a mansion. You decide that you are the person that has that mansion. And there's no such thing as something that is outside of our possibilities, because when we know that we are one with the creative source, we know that God is within us, we know that we are consciousness. Everything that we see in the material world, everything that is external to us, it simply comes from us and it's part of us. There is no such thing as separation. But I want you to really reflect on what are those things that you wish you were doing, that you know, and you know what I'm talking about. You know those things that really sparks you up. You know that version of you, that you know that it's not that you are also the version that you are right now. You are also the other version of you. Like, we are the versions, these infinite versions. But which one are you deciding to experiment in this very moment? This is quantum leaps that you hear everywhere. If you like this kind of knowledge, you hear it all the time. How can I quantum leap? You know to quantum leap. You know you are constantly quantum leaping into the same version over and over again. That's why you are living the same things. You're seeing life in the same lens, because you are constantly reaffirming the same version. But how do you quantum leap? You decide. Quantum leaping is a decision. Like, I live this. Quantum leaping is when you truly decide there's no going back. You truly decide that you are ready to leave and to step into this version of you that already exists, that is also part of you. That is quantum leap. It's not this woo-woo thing. It's not this very hard thing to do that you have to take a course to understand, to know how, and do these 100 techniques. No, you don't. You simply have to decide that you are in that version of yourself right now, because you actually are that version. You are it. But when you decide I am this, regardless of what my mind is going to say, because your mind is still going to say many things, it's still going to say things opposite of what you want to embody. But remember, you are the consciousness. You are the consciousness. You hold the power. You are the operant power. And this is so rooted to being as well in our feminine energy as a woman. That's why I love bringing these topics together, because for me they are one. And because especially for us as a woman, we feel so heavy when we are in this state of chasing, of doing in a very disaligned, in a very not inspired at all. When we are, okay, I'm going to do this to try to get this attention of this man, I'm going to do this to control the situation. How heavy is that? How heavy is that? But when we know as a woman that we are this feminine energy, that everything comes and blooms from us. That's why there's this quote that everything the man will provide for you, you will multiply it, because we have this capacity. And when you know that everything starts internally, and this is such a beautiful feminine energy, knowing that everything starts within you. And when you know that you tap into wherever you want to tap, you claim your desires. One of the most beautiful, vulnerable things, powerful things, feminine things is claiming your desires, is knowing like, enough is enough. I desire this. I desire to experiment a version of me that is more abundant, that is more prosperous, that is more free, that is more excited, that is more joyful, that is more enthusiastic, that is more relaxed, it's more at ease, that everything happens so easily, everything happens so quickly. This is knowing our deep worth. And many women I know, women around me myself, everything was really regarding these rememberings of my worth. Because many years maybe I didn't feel worthy of living that, and now I know who I am. So of course I'm worthy of everything I desire. Of course I'm worthy of the best of the best. You decide. You don't have to wait for anyone to tell you what you can experiment, which version you can be. No. You decide who you are right now. You decide. You have to let go of these like victim stories and keep telling and keep speaking about what you don't like, keep speaking about why you don't have it, keep speaking about everything that you don't want to live anymore. Why are you putting your focus on something that is not nourishing you anymore, instead of putting your focus inwards? That is what nourishes you. That is what makes everything bloom externally. Because I always say, you are the light, the external is the shadow. The externally doesn't exist. The externally comes from you. It doesn't happen to you. It doesn't happen for you. It happens from you. So there's nothing that you can't experiment. And as a woman, you want to live in a more light, easeful way, choose to do that. Choose to do that, because so many women are stepped, and many days I'm identifying with my mind, moments in my day, like we just are in our mind, and that is so exhausted. We are so identified with our mind that we feel heavy, that we feel exhausted, that we feel limited, that we feel like we are victims. But guess what? You have nothing to do with your mind. You're not your mind. You're never your mind. They are just like all those thoughts. They are simply clouds in the sky. But you are consciousness. You are divine. You always were. Don't wait. Don't wait. Decide. Decide right now. Because quantum jumping is a decision. Being in a feminine energy is a decision. If you keep saying it's so hard to be in my feminine energy, you don't try to be in your feminine energy, you are it. And this is the same to manifestation. You don't try to get the dream job, you don't try to be another version, because wanting and trying, everyone does that. But being, that's what actually changed. That's what actually transformed. So you don't try to be in your feminine energy. You don't, whatever, I want to try to manifest this. I want to be that version. Don't try, be that version. Be in that energy. Like, we are so used to overcomplicate things. Our mind is so used to overcomplicate things, and our mind will still complicate things and will still say many, many, many things. All the time, my mind. All the time, constantly. But why do I have to be defined by the mind? Why do I have to let go of my own consciousness and decision when that is who I am? So this is a quick video. This is a quick message, but I really wanted to give it to you and really like sharing what is authentic to me. If it's like one day is 1 hour, one day is 10 minutes, and that's it. You don't have to try to do anything because the mind is like, oh, but you have to do a longer episode. What people think? You do what you feel like. You do what brings you excitement. You do right now what is more aligned. Okay? So don't chase, don't try, don't want, be. Have that decision and be that. Okay? If you like this video, you can also subscribe, you can follow my channel, you can follow the podcast, you can also rate the podcast, and you can always reach out to me on Instagram, human. Ooh, you see that? Wait, because that was my last username. My new username is margarida.m.leal. Okay? So I hope to see you very soon, and I know I will, and I hope that you remember that you are it. Okay? Much love.